Hi, I'm John Jones, Head of Solution Design at Fornet, and today I'll be talking about considerations when moving to cloud and how Fornet's award-winning cloud solutions are perfect for today's and tomorrow's communication demands. Moving to cloud is easy, right? There are lots of off-the-shelf applications that anyone can buy and set up themselves. Where this is true to a degree, the reality is that there are many things that an organization needs to consider when contemplating moving to the cloud. In this session, we'll discuss complicated existing IT estates, the aspects of a project that makes a successful cloud migration, and how Fornet's Agile Cloud gives you the applications, infrastructure, security, and managed service for a world-class cloud experience. So, we're thinking about a move to cloud, but let's consider the current state of play. There's a good chance that the existing IT estate sprawls over multiple sites. This means that there will probably be circuits, servers, and phone systems already installed on each site. If the enterprise has grown by acquisition, it's a good bet that the technology on these sites differs quite drastically. As the customer, you will own the assets that run the IT estate, and this hardware depreciates over time. Any physical appliances or servers require cooling, rack space, and power to run, and you have to try and ensure that it's running at all times. Then, the software and applications need updating to stay secure and to support the introduction of new features. And as all of this matures, it might mean that the server infrastructure that is running everything needs upgrading too. All of this is complicated and requires careful planning and management to ensure everything is running smoothly. And most importantly, the users are happy that they have all the tools they need to do their jobs. To achieve this, a large IT department may be needed that can support this technology in all of the sites, or third-party support which is expensive, especially where many partners need to get involved due to the many technologies in the mix. All of these potential challenges can be solved by moving to the cloud. So in the rest of this session, we'll explore how we do this. We've put together a short animation to highlight how at Fornet we've seen our typical cloud deployments change over time. Here we can see the elements of the communication solution installed on a customer's premises. It's all there: phone system, contact center, PSTN trunks, along with the physical handsets which were dominant at the time before soft phones. Back then, there are quite a few disadvantages to this approach. The installations tended to be long-winded as each system had to be built and tested from scratch, plus the equipment and licenses had to be purchased up front, which is a large capital investment. Once the solution was installed and running, it needed maintenance and support, which is typically a break fix, so no proactive monitoring here. Finally, upgrading required a site visit, downtime, and paying for an engineer's time to visit site. Then around 5 years ago, the traditional VoIP providers started to support technical architectures and commercial offers for partners to create private cloud hosting for voice services. Here you can see the PBX contact center and PSTN trunks, usually a migration from ISDN to SIP, being hosted in Fornet's cloud, and a private one established to the customer's premises. This solved a lot of issues as we could now deploy the solutions a lot faster as most of the infrastructure is pre-built. We eliminate CapEx and move to an OpEx model, meaning more flexibility. The customer did not have to worry about an on-site equipment or maintenance, and by definition, the cloud services were always upgraded to the latest feature-rich software. At a similar time, customers started to explore remote working solutions, and this meant us delivering voice services over public internet and all the challenges that brought us at the time around quality of service and end-to-end security. Here you can see how we solved these challenges with some options for remote users to connect into Fornet Cloud. The first is showing a UC client connecting directly to our own web edge, and the second, the contact center agent connecting via VPN back to the customer's HQ and leveraging that existing WAN back to our cloud. Another factor was customers creating their own data center and private clouds using VMware and other technologies. Typically, back office systems like CRM and the security products will be migrated here from their office. This next part is quite a quick animation, but what you'll see here is the emergence of public cloud providing both infrastructure and software as a service. What this is driven from a Fornet perspective is a large fundamental shift in how our services are built. We have gone from an organization that builds and supports UC and contact center solutions to an integrator of public and private cloud platforms. Specifically, here we can see Agile Cloud hosted PBX changing to Teams and Office 365 for UC and collaboration, a customer hosted CRM migrating to Dynamics or Salesforce, contact centers shifting from being hosted in Fornet Cloud to NICE inContact or other C-class solutions. Finally, AWS or Azure providing available flexible hosting for all other types of customer server estates. So with a trend towards applications moving from private to public cloud, Fornet's Raison d'etre has shifted to provide other services that bring together these cloud-based applications and add value to features where they fall short natively. Examples of this include compliant media recording, as Teams doesn't do this at the moment, plus most CCaaS providers cannot record back office calls. Monitoring, which can be challenging for remote workers using Teams. Analytics, because Microsoft doesn't give administrators all the information they need. And hybrid PBX, where we integrate a cloud-based phone system or existing customer PBX to Teams to give better features and increased availability. We connect into public cloud with services like Microsoft Direct Routing, bringing SIP into Teams, plus ExpressRoute and Direct Connect for secure, high-speed Azure and AWS access. Finally, what you're seeing here is how customers have started to move their security into Agile Cloud, usually starting with an SD-WAN deployment and building it up from there. We'll discuss the Agile Cloud Secure Fabric in more detail further on in this presentation. We hope that you see that this animation shows you how Agile Cloud has developed over the years and can help your business going forward. Here, we show how our cloud platforms are built upon layers, and we'll explore each layer over the next few slides. Our core data centers and network have had many years to mature, and Fornet have invested heavily into the platform over this time, and there are many diverse customers leveraging our services as we speak. Within our data centers, we own the rack space, physical infrastructure, and virtualization software, and each node is connected to our core network, which through our partners integrates with all the major tier 1 carriers for lots of WAN access choice. Our core also connects to various SIP providers and the leading private and public cloud environments. We'll explore in a second how we deliver best-in-class UCaaS and CCaaS applications with integrations into various back-office systems and partner services. We are agnostic to applications hosted on-premise, private cloud, or public cloud infrastructure. We deliver a variety of software-defined networks over various technologies, including SD-WAN, MPLS, Internet-only, LAN, and wireless. The network is underpinned by a zero-trust philosophy to give users and devices just enough access to network resources. And of course, we have many ways of integrating into existing infrastructure at many levels, including connecting to existing PBXs, our customers' LAN, installing PSTN gateways, and implementing connections to more critical systems like Tunstall alarms, Airwave for our police customers, and Netcall in healthcare. There is full end-to-end monitoring and analytics, and the choice of Fornet managing all changes, or our customers taking more of a hands-on approach. We provide 24/7 NOC access, and our cloud platforms are ISO 27001 and Cyber Essentials accredited. Fornet have an extensive portfolio around unified communications and contact center, and we support full cloud and hybrid deployments. Avaya has historically been Fornet's bread and butter and is extremely relevant for many of our important specialist vertical markets. We are Avaya's #1 cloud partner in EMEA and have all the highest accreditations. Avaya remain the de facto choice for highly available telephony architectures, and we have been delivering contact centers for as long as anyone out there. Avaya's own CCaaS platform, OneCloud, has been launched this year to great fanfare. We are one of only 3 Enghouse Platinum partners in the UK and have been implementing Enghouse Contact Center for many years. Enghouse is extremely popular with customers that require extensive integrations into CRM and housing management systems and supports omni-channel social media and advanced AI chatbot solutions. Around 18 months ago, COVID and high demand from our public sector customers were the catalyst for us to introduce Microsoft Teams into our portfolio. We connect to Teams via direct routing from our data centers and provide consultancy around enabling Microsoft's own phone system or other features such as Power BI, Call Quality Dashboard, and Power Automate. The Microsoft Teams UC and Enghouse Contact Center stack is a particularly strong proposition at the moment for our mid-market customers. We're also finding there's real interest in our hybrid PBX approach, where Avaya and Teams can be combined to give better availability to Microsoft on its own, while offering more feature-rich telephony. This also means our customers can potentially keep existing IP handsets. This can also mean our customers can potentially keep existing IP handsets. Avaya's partnership with RingCentral has accelerated Fornet bringing in a second UCaaS provider. Both Avaya Cloud Office and RingCentral are a strong choice where the customer isn't perhaps brought into the Microsoft license stack or where they have a global footprint. Over the last year, we have partnered with NICE inContact for their excellence in CCaaS. We've connected our cloud data centers directly into their core in the UK so we can leverage our own services on top of their omni-channel offering. This means we can layer on Teams or RingCentral as the UC layer, or simply run agents in a browser using WebRTC. Finally, with all of these solutions, we can bring in a choice of Gamma or BT Wholesale SIP, or both if you're very risk averse. Over the last few years, it's become apparent that the traditional network perimeter firewall doesn't cut the mustard anymore. We've already seen our users want to work from anywhere on any device using applications that are distributed across enterprise data centers and cloud. This means our customers' critical data moves over many network edges, which introduces new ways that threats can materialize. Traditional security solutions cannot keep up as they can only deal with one network perimeter. Our security fabric is different. Agile Cloud Secure Fabric is based around 3 pillars that provide complete protection for our customers over the entire digital attack surface. The first is zero trust access, where devices and users are verified on a per session basis. So the ethos is never trust, always verify. This ensures controlled interactions from devices and users, granting just enough access to resources on a per request basis. Second pillar is secure infrastructure, which blends security with the network, so SD-WAN and firewall capabilities are always available within the wireless and wired infrastructure. This means inherently there is access control, segmentation, and protection across the whole WAN and LAN. Finally, adaptive cloud security means security in the cloud that is consistent, regardless of the cloud platforms and scope. And this is usually a mix of public and private. For example, it's possible to deploy a firewall on-premise, virtualize it, then redeploy in Azure or AWS with the same characteristics throughout. Our SOC gathers all the information from the fabric and uses AI and machine learning to analyze and potentially automate any remediation. Fabric Management Center gives us centralized control of every fabric element, including orchestration, gathering threat intelligence, and coordinating an automated response to detected security events. At Fornet, we've built our own cloud security fabric using a Secure Access Service Edge, or SASE, framework. This is ready to consume as a service. Our network is built around software-defined networking, which gives us a massive advantage over legacy WAN and LAN providers with regard to speed of implementation, planning, and maps. Through our portal, we utilize APIs into Tier 1 carriers so we can view instantly where there is physical network capacity in the real world. This means less reliance on surveys from the likes of OpenReach and Virgin Media that can take weeks to turn around. The web portal also presents pricing to our Fornet consultants in seconds, pulling in live quotes and options via further APIs from all the Tier 1 carriers. At the order stage, the physical and logical network can be designed via web browser. We can assign services to router ports, and this will be pre-configured on the router sent out. As the order progresses, an as-built document is automatically created, which helps seamlessly move the new network from project phase to our support team. Once the circuit is built, virtual networks, or VRFs, have their own bandwidth changed on the fly, and this can be over 2 or more VRFs within a single circuit. Also, some carriers are integrated so that the actual circuit bandwidth can be changed on the fly, with billing also changing automatically. Before software-defined network, applying cost to a circuit with most suppliers was clunky. This had to be raised via a MAC request, which was usually chargeable. Then we had to turn around the quote. Then it could be up to a 5-day lead time before it was done. With our next generation network, we can simply alter this at any time via our 24/7 NOC. Fornet's software-defined network ensures that Fornet keep businesses connected to the critical data and systems that underpin their work every day. From Agile Cloud, we can monitor remote workers to ensure that they have the same great experience that application users in the office have. When troubleshooting, IT teams can drill down to see the end user's workstation configuration, capacity, and release details, along with resource contention that may impact performance. We also enhanced the Rate My Call feature that's built into Teams. This pop-up asks the user to rate my call. A 1 or 2 rating is considered poor, 3 or 4 is good, and 5 is excellent. This feedback is collected along with configuration, release, and capacity data so that analysis can be done by our cloud AI. The resulting pattern detection leads IT staff directly to the root cause of many poor experience issues. If users rate calls badly, more specific feedback is solicited, and this includes audio, video, and screen modalities. The Headset tab shows important data about the use of the headset. Elements that contribute to or indicate a poor user experience are also captured. Until now, environmental factors such as background noise, low battery, poor Wi-Fi, or headset mic in the wrong position have been outside of technical visibility. We feel that as our customers rely on unified communication, soft phones deployed to users that increasingly work from any location, this value add to our managed service will be absolutely essential going forward for critical workers. Moving on to analytics. We have an option to connect our analytics software directly into our customers' Microsoft tenants via Graph API. This gives us a wealth of management information that our customers can use to evaluate how well, or otherwise, the functionality of Microsoft Teams and other applications are being adopted. This first graphic shows on a per user basis the different types of interactions in Teams and which parties were involved. The second graphic here, we can drill into a particular interaction type. So this could be instant messaging, screen sharing, or voice calls. It then presents who has used these interactions the most historically. The next view shows the trend of communications over a particular time period. In this case, it's a month. We can see clear evidence of adoption across the Microsoft tenant, showing percentages of each collaboration channel. The unknown fields in the top right are for future applications that will be shared via Graph API once Microsoft release it. The final graphic shows the type of calls either per user or across your organization. You can see the split, group and peer-to-peer calls, and if direct routing is part of the solution, those external calls will be broken out into a separate graph. Finally, Microsoft are brilliant at a great many things, but one aspect they're not so hot on is letting customers know when licenses and features are underutilized. These typically per user per month licenses are expensive when you extrapolate them across the business. Our analytics will show zero usage of license as part of a simple report. This empowers the enterprise to potentially stop paying for those licenses and use the money saved in other parts of the business. It's clear now that for most of the organizations we engage with, they won't have a full work from home policy, nor will they be insisting that everyone comes back to the office. The continuing uncertainty around COVID, along with the adoption of great new collaboration technology, means that a hybrid working model makes sense for most work situations. There are clear benefits to this as long as the experience for the user remains excellent regardless of the location they are working from. If we don't feel like we're losing out by not being in the same room as colleagues during an important meeting, then we don't feel the pressure to travel or feel bad because we need to stay at home for personal reasons. We've all seen how clunky current meetings are when we try and add remote participants to an on-site meeting just using laptops and maybe a projector. We might see feedback or echoes as people figure their mics and speakers out. Someone talks at the back and the remote user can't wake it out, let alone try and read what's been written on a whiteboard. All this makes it difficult for the remote person to get in on a conversation, so inevitably they get forgotten. Solutions such as Microsoft Teams Rooms allow for an enhanced experience when using Teams, where there might be an even split of meeting participants being there and also joining remotely. The new generation of AV solutions allow for much better cameras and audio experiences. They leverage single button press to join the meeting room itself, augmented whiteboards, and essentially full collaboration for everyone. We have discussed the whole plethora of features and advantages when considering cloud. So what we do at Fornet is simplify the options by offering 3 easy to understand bundles when moving to Agile Cloud. There is a light version of direct routing that provides the basic service at an extremely compelling price point. This version largely offers SIP trunk integration into Microsoft. Our managed bundle is Fornet's most popular. This adds deep analytics and SIP trunk call manager for disaster recovery, as well as a full managed service. Finally, our enhanced bundle is aimed at contact center agents and critical workers, adding our remote monitoring agent and care package, as well as integration into one or more of our contact center platforms. Our pricing is always price per user per month, and we build in our sprint methodologies into our cloud projects, ensuring all implementations can be stood up quickly and to the correct specification each and every time. In conclusion, we have discussed many aspects that should be considered when moving to the cloud. In our experience, the earlier our customers engage with us, the better, as our experienced consultants can help you define your roadmap to a cloud experience that makes you more competitive, saves you money, guarantees that your IT estate is future-proof, and ensures your users are happy and productive. Thank you for listening, and we hope to work with you soon.